This is the usual here in junk removal land. So I was talking to one of my friends in junk removal from another state, North Carolina. We were having this great conversation about how his commercial contract that he used to do, so my friend had a commercial contract and he was averaging really good. He was doing about $3,000 a week from this company. And they would send him a job and he would quote them and they would just pay it. But as time went on, they started net 30. Then I remember him telling me that he would send the invoice and then they would change the name on the invoice to, hey, this is the way you print it out. This is the way you should send it to us. And then the job had to be done at a certain time, and then we couldn't bill them. He couldn't bill them until a week later. So if the job was done on January the 1st and completed, that he would have to bill them on January 5th and then wait 30 days to get their money in February 5th. Okay, here's another one for you. I talked to my friend and I said, hey, so what's going on? He goes, man, I'll be honest with you. They want me to carry workers' comp. They want me to carry insurance. And then I have to bond them. I'm like, okay, so then he goes, well, it's cool if you're making $3,000 a week, but Ricardo, we're not making any more money anymore. And it came to a surprise to me. I asked him how much money you're making, man. He said, we'll be lucky we get a job from them once a month now. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, I'll tell you what happened. They found someone cheaper. And you just didn't know that. He goes, yeah, they must have. That's exactly what happened, is that this company found someone else to do the junk removal jobs for him. Everybody wants, in this business, everybody wants commercial jobs, but nobody can afford them. Let's get into that video right now. My name is Ricardo. This is junkguysdfw.net. I'm the owner of Junk Guys across the U.S. and I also own 2 haunted houses, one in Dallas and one in Fort Worth. So all these junk removal owners always want these commercial contracts, these businesses to give them jobs. But the problem is they don't want to deal with it. They not only don't want to deal with it, they don't have the adequate resources to deal with it. For instance, I remember when I was working with Colonial, they required me to get this special insurance. And I was like, what? And then they required me to get workers' comp for myself. And that's until I told them I want to do it for myself. And then every time I invoiced them, I had to invoice them this way. And then that they would pay me net 30 terms. And I'm going to tell you, at that time, I was just like, you know what? No thanks. So there are going to be so many things that you don't realize that's going to be taken out of your pocket. And a lot of these companies, these junk removal companies can't afford this. I did a job for one of my commercial contracts that was, I think it was $18,000. It was the clean out of a Big Lots store. And it was 18 grand. I had to get rid of all the displays. I had to get rid of all just the junk inside there. And here was the thing. All right, Ricardo, do this job. And you can take your time doing it. It needs to be done by the 15th. It was like the 1st. I was like, no problem. I'll be done really quick. And I was going out of town. I remember I was going out of town. We were done in 2 days in this job. We did this big old job. It was 18 grand. We were done in 2 days. I paid my employees $4,000 to complete this job. There are thousands of junk removal companies that don't have $4,000 in their bank account. They can't take that hit. The payroll, the gas, the fuel, the dumping fees, they can't take that hit. As a matter of fact, when it comes to contracting jobs or hiring other companies, that's why I pay the junk removal companies that I contract cash, or I send it to them in Venmo or Cash App day of. If you finish, here's a load. I give you the money. Because I'm not going to hold on to that money, to those expenses. I'm not going to hold on to that. There is a lot of people that can't even hold on to that. That can't deal with that. They don't have that kind of money, and we're asking them to do that for us? No. Guys, there has to be in place some kind of financial place where you can afford to get these commercial clients. Just don't wish them on them. Wish them upon your business. They're the worst. When Colonial had asked me if I would give them their insurance, I said, you know what, I'll be honest with you, I liked how things were, where you would just call me and I'd just go out and I'd just bill you. I'm gonna have to pass. They said, okay. 6 months went by and they called me. They said, Ricardo, listen, don't worry about it. We'll take care of the rest. Just do these jobs for us. Because I'm going to tell you what happened. Nobody was doing the jobs for them. They couldn't get anybody to do the jobs for them, and nobody would do the jobs at the price I was giving them. And that's what happened with my commercial contract with them. After so much time, they were just like, you know what? Just give this guy a job. Just give this guy a job. Don't let it bother us. Just move on. And that's exactly how it worked out. People want these jobs and they want these commercial contracts, but they can't afford them. They don't even have an invoice, something on their phone that can do invoices. And most people want to get paid the day of. They can't afford to keep net 30 terms. It's pretty sad, but it's come to that. Anyway, I'll see y'all later, guys. I'm almost home here. Have a great day. Bye-bye.